is intentional chaos. You know, I had talked to representatives of the Trump administration earlier on to tell them that the Los Angeles Police Department could control things that were happening here and that there was no need to federalize troops. And so to have this here is really just a provocation and something that was not needed in our city. We're still recovering after 5 months from the city's worst natural disaster in decades. And now to go through a trauma like this that is really traumatizing the whole city, because everybody knows somebody in a city where more than 50% are Latino. This just sows chaos that is not warranted nor needed in the city of Los Angeles at this point in time.
They were literally out there protesting, carrying a foreign flag. That is absolutely insane. I mean, they're not just peaceful protesters. Well, these are illegals. These are exactly why the president is trying to secure our border.
All right. Well, carrying a flag is not illegal, as you know. And I just want to be clear.
I just want to be flag while you're attacking law enforcement. Well, it's pretty bad.
That's a different question. But I just want to just state for the record that what did happen in 1992 was so different from what we're seeing now. I mean, that was a real riot that went all across the city of Los Angeles after a verdict in the Rodney King case. This is a situation where the LA County Police,
Dana,
it's not good, but they're saying that they have it under control, and the president is sending national troops,
Dana,
federal troops, in a way that
we can look at
hasn't
this
been
and
done
we can
in a long
obviously
time.
see that it is not under control. It's not under control. You and I both can see that. It's not under control. And a riot is a riot. They're throwing all types of objects at law enforcement, and the president is absolutely right. I can't say this enough. This is why the American people elected President Trump, because we are moving in the right direction.
Keep in mind, in terms of the politics here, California is a state that is governed largely by Democrats. The governor, of course, is a Democrat. The mayor of Los Angeles is a Democrat. President Trump has been critical of Newsom before, though they have been able to work together before as well during his first term. But certainly setting this up as an ideological and a broader clash between what President Trump wants to do on immigration, on getting people out of the country who are not supposed to be here, versus this bubbling protest up against that and trying to stop ICE agents from doing these actions in Los Angeles. That is not just a local issue. That is sort of kind of encapsulates the clashes more broadly within the country. And I think you're spot on that the White House wants to see it.
Imagine coming in a country, waving a foreign flag, cause all kind of anarchy and chaos and destruction and billions of dollars of property damage, and expect to get sympathy from the people whose flag you're not waving. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Let's start from the intro. LA is going through chaos. I heard there was three straight nights of rioting. Who has time on their hands to riot for 3 days straight? And these people, this is the funny part. This is what I'm talking about optics. Democrats only care about looking good. And right now, they're not looking too good right now. They're mad that they're trying to literally make the claim that because Donald Trump sent the National Guard, he provoked the people to do even more. Like, make it make sense. One, you know, Americans' like most famous foreign policy is we don't negotiate with terrorists, right? But for some reason, when they're illegal and they're domestic terrorists, we're supposed to comply to them. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. They don't even have enough police officers to have it under control, as Karen Bass and Newsom are out here making excuses. This is why Donald Trump got elected. Law and order. And this is the problem with Democrats, right? They always want to look like they're doing something, but they're not really doing anything. They want to look competent, but look at their actions. Look at the results. They couldn't manage this. And then Trump says, I'm going to send the National Guard. And all of a sudden, they're outraged about that. Don't let Trump win. Don't let Trump win. You're still making it about a political game. This is not a political game. People are feeling terrorized. Like, these people are obstructing. Who can get any kind of work done with these riots going on the streets? This reminds me of Summer Love, BLM. But political riots only exist on the right. Excuses that left-wingers on my comment section will make. And then what? A week after I make a video about political violence, boom. Your side proved me right again. Make it make sense. And this is the kind of like approach that Democrats take that enables bad behavior. I'm gonna play a couple clips from different creators and different perspectives and different angles, so you get to see just how badly the media is willing to defend this stuff, how much peaceful protesting they've been doing. You got a snippet of it. You just see cars on fire, their usual, per usual, firebombing cars. What a surprise from the left. These people are literally rioting to protect people who unlawfully came into our country. How is this not an invasion?
We are having an administration that's targeting peaceful protests, people that are there to protest. The president is sending the National Guard because he doesn't like the scenes. He doesn't like the scenes of people peacefully protesting.
You mean he doesn't like the scenes of cars being set on fire? You mean he doesn't like seeing things like this? Or scenes like this? This is why you cannot take these people seriously. She's out here trying to lie, acting like everything happening is peaceful, while literally on the screen next to her, they're showing something that looks like an anarchist scene from The Purge. The reason the National Guard is coming is to ensure that ICE can do their jobs. Mayor of LA said they're not going to help ICE, and people in LA are working to obstruct ICE. They're threatening them, they're throwing stones at them. So the National Guard is coming in to make sure ICE can do their job as efficiently and as safely as possible.
Incentivize now. This is now standard. We talked about this yesterday. This is now standard on the hardcore left. And the Democratic Party, I know they've done a lot of sort of fake introspection over the last couple of months after losing an election, saying, oh, maybe we need to pivot and be more sensible. But when the stuff hits the fan and elements of their political coalition right here do things like this, they are just frozen in place, stammering about how it's Donald Trump's fault, and too craven and cowardly and weak to actually lead.
Yeah, and you look, Lydia, at what we're seeing from up above, and this crowd, it seems like the number has just been growing, right? Mm-hmm. And now it looks like they're getting in the way of traffic here. This gets so dangerous. It's
what they always do.
It's what they always do, and they're getting there right. Yep, they're right there, stopping traffic. This becomes a danger in a whole other way, because when you have people who are trying to get somewhere, you don't know who's in that car or where they're trying to get. They could be trying to get home to their kid who's got a babysitter or waiting for them. You could have people there trying to get to the hospital. You could have a medical emergency. You literally don't know. And they obviously, Lydia, don't care.
You're always focused on immigration because of your district, but when you're watching what happens out there in LA and using federal authorities as they are being used here, are you comfortable with what the president is doing?
Yeah, first, happy birthday to my mama who's back in San Antonio. To your question, yes, I am comfortable with it. It's tragic to see what's happening in LA. I spent 20 years in the military. I fought in 2 wars. I fought to give people the freedom to protest whatever the hell they want to. But what we're seeing in LA are not advocates, we're seeing anarchists. And the president of the United States should absolutely put down the mob as soon as possible. But this is just the tip of the iceberg.
So from the clips, you get a sense that this is not a peaceful protest. Actually, it's very dangerous, as you can see. They're stopping traffic, as you know, per usual. This is common in left-wing tactics to always obstruct people's daily lives and think that somehow that's going to bring them to your side. You throwing bricks at ICE agents, people driving through, most likely it was ICE cars they were targeting, and you think that Donald Trump should not send the National Guard. Now, this is the enabling behavior of the Democratic Party. We got everything under control, says Gavin Newsom. And Gavin Newsom has been trying to cover his CYA the entire time. This is like Gavin Newsom. After all this, like first the wildfires, you blame Trump. You find out that California has a budget deficit, blames Trump, right? Now this riot, guess what he's doing? Blaming Trump, saying that somehow Trump caused this to escalate. Make it make sense. You guys was losing control of the city already. Here's a tweet from Wall Street Apes. My feed is flooded with California Democrats saying Donald Trump is only trying to make a spectacle of Los Angeles by calling in the National Guard. Are they insane? ICE protesters throwing bricks at federal officers. You saw clips of that. Protesters lighting LA on fire. You saw clips of that. Protesters breaking into an ICE facility. I haven't seen that. I've seen Maxine Warner get embarrassed as she tried to enter the one. Protesters burning down buildings and attacking FBI agenda and ICE officers. The California Democrats do nothing but get on social media and try and frame Trump for trying to restore order. This is the real political game, right? This is my funny part. Like, every accusation is confession when it comes from the mouth of a Democrat, especially one from California. The way to fix this is start locking up Democrat politicians that continues to encourage this lawlessness. Enough is enough. This is craziness. This is pure chaos. It is. It is. Oh my God! How dare you? You come in and invade our. No, you losing the control of the situation, right? Let's go. Let's go. There's no shortage of police in LA, says Gavin Newsom a few hours ago. In fact, LA has far fewer police per capita than any other big city. And now the protesters have overrun the cops and blocked the highway. This looks under control to you guys? Does this look under control? And look at the flags they're waving. How I'm supposed to feel sympathy for your cause when obviously you want to go back to Mexico? So why the hell are you mad that Donald Trump is trying to help people go back to Mexico? This is the funny part. You waving a flag of a foreign country telling us, no, don't deport us to Mexico, but you're waving their flag in our country. Make it make sense. How are you supposed to garner sympathy? Nothing says that, hey, we want to stay here more than waving the flag of a foreign country. This is JV. It's beyond clear who the enemy of America are. The Democratic Party is the main culprit. All others are just enabled by them. Exactly. This is the proper framing you get from this. The LA police chief is now open to working with the National Guard. Looking at the violence tonight, I think we need to consider it. Also said that there's not enough of them on the ground. This is total rebuke of Gavin Newsom and Karen Bass. Of course, this man not getting set up to get fired. This is crazy. This is the craziness of the list. And the funny part is, he's willing to admit that these people do it all the time. Enabling behavior. Show me the incentive, I'll show you the outcome. If left-wingers, right, BLM, did they get arrested? Did they get held accountable? No. They got bailed out by Kamala Harris. Then the left will get mad when Donald Trump decides, okay, let's bail out January 6th, because essentially it was a riot too. January 6th caused less property damage than BLM. Less people died. Less people died in January 6th than in BLM. But those people got bailed out, but we're not allowed to bail out these people. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Democrats always got different standards for people. D for different. D for discrimination, always. Let's play this clip of the police chief continue talking. And that, look, they have to cover their badges. Craziness out here.
When I look at the people who are out there doing the violence, that's not the people that we see during the day who are legitimately out there exercising their First Amendment rights and to be able to express their feelings about the immigration enforcement issue. These are people who are all hooded up. They've got a hoodie on. They've got face masks on. They're people who do this all the time, get away with whatever they can, go out there, from one civil unrest situation to another, using the same or similar tactics frequently, and they are connected. Some would call them anarchists or by any other variety.
Exactly, and it's common sense. Like, it's common sense at this point. You can't take these people at face value. And the fact that Democrats went out on a limb and protected these people, try to say, oh, these guys were peaceful, when you know a lot of these rioters are using this as an excuse to do whatever kind of damage they wanted to do in the first place. And then they waved the Mexican flag. Oof, 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 oof. Yo. I think they cried online. Look, I got to show you guys this clip. Here's Gavin Newsom attempting to save his butt.
Get your hands off these poor people. They're just trying to live their lives, man. Trying to live their lives.
Live their make it make sense. This is Gavin Newsom. These people are trying to live their lives. Okay. What about the people being who's trying to go home, go to the hospital, go to work, being obstructed by all these rioters in the street, blocking traffic, obstructing traffic? What about them? They're trying to live their lives too. They just want to do nothing. All they want to do is play optics at this point. But let's continue.
Their taxes. Been here 10 years. The fear, the horror The hell is this guy? Come after me, arrest me. Let's just get it over with.
He's talking about Tom Homan. Tom Homan. He has this idea that Tom Homan, Gavin Newsom just dared Tom Homan to come and arrest him for aiding and abetting illegals in the state of California, and that's what he's doing. Like the horror and terror. Are you sure that's coming from Donald Trump, or that's not coming from your lack of ability to enforce and defend the Californians in your state? This is what I'm talking about. This is why I think 71% of Democrats think that they have a lack of leadership in the Democratic Party. Ain't this the truth? No one loves Mexico like the people who refuse to live there. Exactly. This is how people take it. When you're causing destruction in America, waving a foreign flag, that's how it comes across to many people in America. And you have to assume that this is my position, it's a popular position, because of the fact that Trump won the popular vote. You know, more people in America understand it more from Donald Trump's point of view. More people in America want mass deportation. You're literally going against the will of the people because the will of California, huh? This is it's not good optics for the people on the left here, right? It's not good optics for Kamala Harris either. Kamala Harris decided my statement on what's unfolding in LA. She decided to essentially protect them. You literally ran for president, vowing to strengthen ICE and carry out deportation. Not any of us believed you. Now you're fanning the flames. You should be ashamed of yourself. Kamala Harris coming out and defending this? This is who Kamala is siding with. Yeah, okay. Anarchist, bro. Anarchist. Oh, this is what the Democrats want you to do. Reject the evidence of your eyes and ears. It was their final and most essential command. This is Gavin Newsom's tweet. Trump is trying to manufacture crisis in LA County, deploying troops not for order, but to create chaos. Don't take the bait. Never use violence or harm law enforcement. They already did that. There's videos out there of law enforcement getting tear gas in their eyes. There's already stuff like this. Like you can't hide it. This just for case people thought I was lying. The good people of California has taken matters into their own hands. Workers at a local restaurant helped cops who were injured by anti-ICE rioters. These cops have been abandoned by Gavin Newsom, Karen Bass, and other Democratic officials. Remember that. Right? Yeah, don't hurt law enforcement. Too late. Already happened. Right? Already happened. This is what good governance look like. And people are tired of it. People are tired of it. Peaceful protests, Elizabeth Warren. Overwhelmingly peaceful, Kamala Harris. Peaceful protests, Cory Booker. It's under control, Gavin Newsom. Without incident, LAPD, the incident. You guys do not... And it doesn't help that the media goes along, not question any of the premise that the left and Democrats are trying to do. And I think, honestly, Americans are tired of it. The left got away with mass rioting in 2020. That's why it's happening again. The only solution is to treat them like the terrorists that they are. Do you guys agree with that framing? I kind of do. Use overwhelming force to put down the riots, charge and convict the rioters, and send them to prison for years, like I did January 6th. I mean, January 6th was in jail 5 years, some of them in solitary confinement, until Donald Trump bailed them out. At least Donald Trump let those people suffer, right? If you want to take the legal angle here. Ruin their lives, show no mercy, make an example out of them. This is how you maintain a just and orderly society. The other option is anarchy. Show me the incentive, I'll show you the outcome. When you got an administration like Gavin Newsom's administration that let this happen to their police officers and no strong condemnation comes against them, you got a former candidate for president coming out and protecting them. Ridiculous. This is it. This is it. Don't take the bait. Never use violence or harm law enforcement. Throwing bricks at cars, burning cars, obstructing traffic, making lives of Californians harder. But don't send the National Guard. I'll leave it out there, bro. I'll leave it out there. I think you guys get the gist of it. People are going to be following this a lot, and we'll be following it closely. And anyway, all this anarchy does, in my estimation, in my kind of calculation, is it just makes people more ingrained in, yeah, we need to get these people out. We have people who sympathizing with people who break our laws this much that they're willing to destroy an entire city for 3 straight nights, 4 maybe. And the Democratic Party, instead of condemning it, say, hey, look, we don't stand for unlawfulness. But because Donald Trump's on that side, they're like, no, we can't look like we're aligned with Trump. Hey, he's irresponsible. He's ensuing chaos, says Gavin Newsom. And people are like, this is why no one trusts the leadership in the Democratic Party. When it comes down to either choosing the interest, either siding yourself with the American people or siding yourself with illegals, y'all choose illegals every time because you use them as pawns to get federal money. You use them. You know that these are imported Democratic voters, right? And this is what happened. California. If you don't want the country to end up like California, where essentially foreigners can do whatever the hell they want, but Americans are held to the standards of the law, like make it make sense. This is why a lot of people wanted mass deportation. And this only further increase the likability that many people will see, yeah, we need to deport these people. These people are chaotic. These people are dangerous. These people don't care about our country. They care about other countries. They just come over here to take advantage of our country. And this is a sentiment that Donald Trump has tapped into. And that many people warn is that I've warned this too, that many Americans, one of the number one reasons I voted for Donald Trump is the fact that I feel like our system being taken advantage of, our country is being taken advantage of. I'm as a taxpayer is being taken advantage of. And this writing here, it only further emboldens that point. But I digress. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section about this chaos in California. Do you think that National Guard actually provoke these rioters? And even if it did provoke them, what's the alternative? Let them do whatever the hell they want, destroy whatever the hell they want. And this is how we got the situation in the first place. But, I digress. Let me know your thoughts and perspective in the comment section. I'll be interested to hear what you guys have to say. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Please share this video if you feel so inclined. It really does help me out in the algorithm. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.